News, Matt in the building. What's good, y'all? Hope you're having a blessed day. We have not one, but two interesting topics to talk about in today's video. So if you love basketball content, what are you doing? Join the family, hit that subscribe button, leave a like for more. And without further ado, let's dive straight into it. First things first, I want to say this to get it out of the way. I thought about making these two separate videos, but I'm just going to combine them, so I hope you enjoy the longer video. In this video, we got to talk about two big time players, Bronny James and Terrence Clarke. And first off, we'll start with Terrence Clarke. Even if you're just a casual basketball fan, you should know who he is, but if not, I'll give you a brief run through. Last year in high school basketball, Clarke was regarded as a 5-star recruit and one of the top players in his class. That's all you really need to know. He was one of the best players in the country and he signed with Kentucky. And as we all know, Kentucky has had a flat out terrible season. I wouldn't say it's a main reason, but a very key reason they're not that good is because of Terrence Clarke. Now I know you're sitting there thinking, yo Matt, is he not playing good? Well, it's the opposite. Terrence Clarke isn't playing good or bad, he's not playing at all. With him not playing too, this is hurting his draft stock so much. At the beginning of the season, he wound up playing the first 7 games, but then he got hurt, so that's why he's not playing. Originally, this was supposed to be a very minor injury and he was supposed to come back in 3 to 4 weeks, but that hasn't happened. And we have even worse news. A couple of days ago, it's being reported that Coach Calipari said, quote unquote, they were in tears when they found out Terrence Clarke could miss the entire remainder of the season. Going into the season, he was projected to be a first round pick, but now he's nowhere on the draft boards. Honestly, I couldn't even see him going to the draft in any circumstance, and it would be dumb because he has no hype at all. He's a great basketball player, but when you look at the draft boards, they don't even have him going in the first or second round. It's going to be interesting to see what he does, but more than likely he'll come back. Really sad situation overall that he got hurt and he might not even play again this year. I'm wishing Terrence and his family the best of luck and I hope he has a quick and healthy recovery. Next up in our news video, and last up and the biggest part of the video, is Bronny James. Anytime we have Bronny James in a news video, you already know it's going to be controversial. And this may be the most controversial thing I've ever seen with Bronny. Before I read these quotes, let me give you the backstory. Everyone in the basketball community knows the whole situation with Bronny. He's ranked high in the ESPN rankings, but some people don't think he should be because he's only putting up 5 to 6 points per game. And you're either on the hype train or you're not. There's no in between. People think he shouldn't be getting hyped up because he's not putting the stats out there. And on the other hand, people think he should be getting hyped, and even more because stats aren't everything. Regardless of how you feel about that, we're not debating that. We're just here to talk about what this former NBA All-Star had to say about him. Quote unquote, here's what Gilbert Arenas had to say. You can't judge him by his numbers because you're not looking at everything that's in front of this man. He needs to understand that he has to take baby steps, but what you guys are not paying attention to is look who is practicing and competing with every single day. That's what makes him better. To speak on that quote a little bit, Gilbert Arenas is 100% right. You can't judge Bronny off of the numbers because he's competing with the best of the best. He's not going to put up 25 points every game. Arenas also said having this shortened season for Bronny will be a blessing in disguise. And what he means by that, and it makes a lot of sense, is that he said it's going to build up the hunger. Quote unquote, that was the best situation for him because he gets to watch what hunger looks like. It builds a whole nother player, and once those big lines are gone, you are the big line. And then last but not least, the controversial statement itself. Quote unquote, Gilbert Arenas said his ranking is gonna go from wherever it is now to number 1. That is a bold prediction right there. He's saying he's going to be the number 1 player next season. I need to throw this in there too. If you don't already know, Gilbert Arenas is training Bronny, so he may know something that we don't. I understand some people are going to say he's delusional, but I don't. One thing I've learned over the years is that you can't doubt the James gang. I'm not saying Bronny's going to be the number 1 player next year, but it's going to be interesting. I believe right now, I'm not going to check, but I think last time I did see he's somewhere around 27 or 26. For him to make a jump to 26, 27, wherever he's at to number 1, that would be pretty crazy. Obviously, more than likely, it's not going to happen, but he could get in that top 10 or top 5. Both of the situations we talked about in today's video are still ongoing, so keep your eyes open for Terrence Clarke and Bronny James. Let me know in the comment section what you think about all of this. But with all that being said, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Join the family. We're on the road to 100K. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.